Did you know that your 3D printer is actually a kitchen appliance? I'm not saying that it's going to do your dishes for you, but it can be used to make really useful things for your kitchen. It could also probably cook you some toast if you leave bread in there for long enough. Today, I'm going to show you 11 of the coolest, most practical 3D prints for your kitchen. Let's start off with the measuring spoon generator, which is a parametric model that you can 3D print right now. In only a couple of hours, you can have a measuring spoon that is any volume that you want, all thanks to it being parametric. In the parametric tab, we have the option to change, of course, the spoon volume, the spoon type if you want a cylindrical or more of a rounded off dome shape, the spoon inner diameter, the handle length, the handle width, the handle hole diameter if you want to hang this thing up later, the text size, the handle thickness, and even the spoon wall thickness. You can change everything about this spoon to be exactly what you need it to be. Now, I think it's important that we have this chat, and I'm only going to mention it once in this video. Is 3D printing really food safe? Depends on who you ask. I'm going to tell you both sides and you can make your own decision. Side number one. You can get food safe PLA. There's also arguments that PETG and ABS are food safe on their own. The other side to it, however, that food safe filament is going through a nozzle and an extruder that has printed out non-food safe filaments in the past. So there could be some cross-contamination there. The other issue, there is always the chance that metal flakes came off of the extruder gear and got into your filament before you actually printed it out. Or maybe something was stuck in there from a previous abrasive filament that you used is not going to be in your measuring spoon. The final thing that people say is that you can't properly clean it because of the layer lines. Which, sure, could be true, but let's take a look at a cutting board. Every time that you cut on that cutting board, you are making a new cut in there. To me, that's very similar to layer lines. So if you can clean a cutting board, you can clean layer lines. Ultimately, the decision is up to you if it's food safe or not. I just wanted to give you both sides so you can make a good opinion. But let's get back to the prints. I mean, what are we doing here? This is way too educational for my channel. Speaking of educational and extremely useful, this is the palm tree banana holder, which is obviously a necessity for your kitchen. I mean, how else are you going to store your bananas unless you have this 3D print? You're just not. This banana holder can be printed out in 5 hours on 3 plates. On any of your printers, this is even A1 Mini compatible. Now there is a large version, which you can see here I probably could have used because my banana is still scraping on the ground and nobody likes scraping a banana on the ground. Which is just a scaled up version of the original print and takes you a little bit over 6 hours. But then your banana's not on the ground, so I mean this seems worth an hour to me. The post-processing and assembly is super easy, involving some very minimal support removal, followed by placing the hook into the base, and then the leaves on top of the hook. That's it, we are now ready to store our bananas. Here we have a banana slicer. You're never gonna believe what it does. Let me just show you what this 40-minute print can do for you. All we gotta do is unravel this banana, place it on a cutting board, align the print up with a banana, press down. That's it. You got some perfect little slices of banana ready to go on your toast with peanut butter, maybe in your Cheerios, people still do that, right? Or whatever else you need sliced bananas for. But with this 3D print involved, you don't need a knife to do it, which means 1, you don't have to clean a knife, and 2, kids can also use this to cut their bananas without having to use a knife. I don't know about you, but I would not necessarily want a kid to have a knife. No! Let me know what you think of this one in the comments. I think this is a very good print for under an hour. Okay, that's enough talk about bananas. Let's talk about something that is the complete opposite in terms of health. French fries. This is the French fries bag clip. The fry cup is going to take you 1.3 hours and about 46 minutes per clip. However, if you put multiple of these clips on one play, you're looking at an hour and 15 maybe for 4 of them. It really cuts down on your print time when you print more than one at once. There's absolutely zero post-processing required here. There's nothing to do here except just pop that clip in place. These are all print-in-place designs. There's no assembly required. Just kind of break the seal and you're good to go. Now, I went into my pantry to find some chips to use this on, and this is just the perfect example of why I needed this. These chips were sitting in the pantry just like this, wide open, letting all the air in, making them stale. Nobody likes a stale chip. Thanks to these French fry bag clips, stale chips are just no more. All you have to do is fold up the bag so the clip will fit around it, clip that clip on there, and stale chips are no longer in your future. It's as simple as that. You know what I hate more than stale chips? When people leave their drink on the counter uncoastered and it just leaves that ring of liquid on the table that just never comes out. That's just a terrible thing that nobody has to go through as long as they have a 3D printer. That's because you can print out the Monstera leaf coaster kit, obviously. An entire full kit of these will take you 8.9 hours, 133 grams of filament, and 3 plates. Once you're done with all of that, you will be left with these beautiful coasters and a great way to store them. I just love functional prints that are also aesthetically pleasing. You can leave this thing on your counter, on your table, maybe your nightstand, the little table beside your couch. I don't know what it's called, but like a coffee table. Put these on your coffee table. and it looks great while also serving the practical purpose of being a working coaster. These things are actually really thick too, so you're gonna keep that drink well away from the surface of whatever you're trying to protect. Alright, quick question for you. Do you own a KitchenAid? If you do you make a mess every single time that you use it? Because I definitely make a mess every single time that I bust out the KitchenAid. I mean, I could just take off the bowl, add the ingredients, and then, snap the bowl back in place, but there's no fun in that. With this KitchenAid Artisan Chute, I can just add my ingredients with the bowl in place, don't have to remove the bowl, and it's all super easy and mess-free. This basically just adds a funnel to your KitchenAid. 0 post-processing required, 0 support removal required, just 2.4 hours of print time. Undo the little front cover thingy in your KitchenAid. I don't really know what it's called, but you just gotta undo the little screw, pop off the cover, put this thing in its place, screw in the little screw thingy again, lock it in, boom. Funnel on your KitchenAid. You can make, actually a lot of things. This KitchenAid is very useful, and now you can do it without making the mess because you have a funnel going straight to the bowl. Now, I don't know about you, but the cabinet that I store all my spices in, disaster, okay? Just an absolute mess. Originally, they were all lined up, but if I needed a spice that was in the very back, I would have to reach over top of the other ones, probably knock them over, and it was just not ideal. But with this cabinet spice rack, that issue is just completely fixed. I can still store the same amount of spices, but now I can easily just pull a shelf out of the cabinet, rotate it around if I need to, grab whatever spice I need from the very back, and then throw it back in there. Everything is organized and has a place, and now I can reach them easily. No post-processing, but there is a little bit of an assembly required with this one. It just involves adding one of the slides to the base piece, attaching the stopper, adding a nut and bolt to the actual spice rack holder itself, and then if you want to, there are spots where you can drill this thing into your cabinet. Of course, you might not want to do that, and you don't have to, but if you want this thing to be extra secure, the option is there for you. Then just fill it up with your favorite spices. You're good to go. Save space and a lot of frustration of trying to get that spice that's in the very back that you just can't quite reach. Speaking of saving space, this is a vertical stand for your dinner plates. With this print, you have the option of printing out one for 8 plates, 10 plates, 6 plates, 4 plates, or 2 plates. The options are almost limitless with this one. It's going to take you anywhere from 1.2 hours to a total of 3.2 hours if you want that big 8-plate version. This print does exactly what you think it does. It just allows you to store your plates vertically. So that way you don't have them all stacked up. You can store a lot more this way. It's a lot easier to put them back and a lot easier to see how many you actually have. You don't have to count them out. You don't have to lift up a whole bunch of plates. They're just there for you. And utilizing a 3D printer. So every time somebody comes in your house, you can say, hey, that right there is 3D printed. Because everybody loves doing that. I know you say that all the time because I say it all the time, and me and you are the same, so I get it, okay? I get it, trust me. Speaking of that saving space thing again, this is basically the same idea as the plate holder, but for your cutting boards. I only have one cutting board at my house, but if I had multiple, this would just be perfect. I could line those cutting boards up and just have them out of the way, ready to go. Or maybe you could use this as a drying rack, so once you clean them off, set them in this thing to dry. Keep them vertical so that both sides can dry at the same time, and then when they're dry, take them out and do whatever you want with them. The option is up to you. I'm just showing you the print so that you have an idea of what you can make with your 3D printer. The only thing I'll say about this one is there are supports to remove and they are kind of difficult to remove, okay? Not gonna lie to you here. Just take your time, go easy on them. Probably gonna need some pliers. That's all I gotta say on that one. Next we have the Stackable egg tray, which holds an entire dozen of eggs, and guess what? It's stackable! One tray of this is going to take you 3.8 hours, 132 grams of filament, and only one plate. Not too bad at all. Then, of course, you can stack your eggs on this thing, store them on the counter if you like that, store them on the fridge if you like that, or if you have chickens, you could just use this for storage. It's basically just like an improved egg carton in every single way except for maybe the time it takes to get one. This is going to take you 3.8 hours, but this thing is going to last way longer than an egg carton will, I'll tell you that right now. And finally, we have the kitchen sink splash guard, which is a 2-piece print that goes around the spout of your kitchen faucet, catches all that water that drips, and drains it right back into the sink. It also looks pretty cool because of the very modern design that the creator did with this. You even have 2 options with this print. You have an option that's a little bit shorter and an option that's a little bit longer. Now this print is not only good for your kitchen, you can throw this thing in your bathroom sink, maybe your garage sink, anywhere that you have a faucet that you want to catch the spills for. Perfect print for that. That's all I have for you all today. I hope you had a good time watching this video. I hope you liked the print selection. I hope you found something new to print when you get home, or maybe you are already home and you're printing something right now that you found in this video. That would be amazing. If I really missed the mark on this one, let me know in the comments. Tell me what kind of prints you want to see in a future video. I like making videos that you guys like watching. So if there's something that you want to see, let me know. There's a good chance that I'm going to make it. Of course, I have to give a huge thank you to all my channel supporters. I mean, just Look at all of them. Those are some great people that wanted to support me even more than just subscribing. And of course, they get some things, you know, they get to see their name on screen, they get to see all my past live streams, they're getting a studio tour very soon. Little sneak peek for you, okay? There it is, I said it. If you want to see your name on screen, you can join the channel down below, but of course, you don't have to do that. All I want you to do is have a great rest of your day and promise me that I will see you later in a future video.